Well, I just got back my largest PSA order that I've ever submitted. I actually dropped them off at the National this year on July 24th, and I just got them back today on October 28th. So it took over 3 months to get these cards back. So I had seen some things about turnaround times being relatively quick, and I suspected that there was going to be some delays based on the amount of cards that they took in at the National. So I wasn't like super shocked, but it took a long time. On top of that, this one's bittersweet. This actually was a fantastic order and kind of a very frustrating order at the same time. So I decided to split this into 2 videos. I'm gonna start with the frustrating part first. I'm gonna need some assistance from the card collecting community to get your opinions on the why with a couple of things. I suspect a couple things. I've had people tell me, and give me their theories on a couple things, but let me show you a few of these cards, and then please leave some comments if you have any advice. All right, so first things first. I've never had PSA refuse to grade a card. And I got my first do not holder minimum size requirement card in this order. I'm not super frustrated with this. I'd done some research and found that sometimes some of these cards come out of the pack cut a little bit smaller than standard size. I mean, it's possible this one was trimmed. It's not a super high-end card though. It is a Luca City Edition Artist Proof Gold, so it is numbered to 10. I mean, it's not even in perfect condition. There's a little bit of white on a couple of the corners. I doubt that it was trimmed. So my thought on this, I'm not gonna send it back to PSA, that's for sure. But I was kind of thinking about maybe sending this to SGC. I'd kind of just like to have it slabbed. It is a rare Luca card. I seriously, again, doubt that it's altered. What are your thoughts on this? Have you had minimum size requirement cards sent back to you that basically came this way out of the pack? I've seen many people comment about this on Blowout and some other locations where they've had cards sent back that they pulled themselves. And so I don't want to jump to conclusions and be all upset with the seller. Again, it's not a super high-end card. It's 70, 80 bucks. So let me know what you think. I'm thinking about maybe sending it to SGC. I just want it slabbed. It's not a card I'm looking to flip or anything like that. So that was the first one. That was a first. Again, not super frustrated about it. It is what it is. I am frustrated with the second one though. This is a Panini Donruss Basketball Luca 101 Craftsman Cyan printing plate. And they put on here no spec info. So no specific info, no spec info. They didn't charge me for this, and they did not holder it, of course. My group subber had mentioned that it's possible that Panini didn't enter this particular card in the checklist. Don't necessarily think it's fake or anything like that, but they didn't have any info on it, so they wouldn't slab it. It's kind of a thick printing plate. So this one's kind of frustrating because it's if you know it's a real card, it's just baffling to me. I guess, I mean, it's on Panini, I guess, for not putting in the checklist. Have you ever run into anything like this before? This was an odd one. Also, and I don't know if I'm being too picky here or not, I really don't like how PSA just jammed this in this BCW sleeve. I really don't like this at all. I think this is really poor treatment of my card. I mean, look at this. It's just jammed in this tiny little holder that doesn't fit this card. And so whether they have the info on it or not, I don't think this is a great way to treat my card. So again, this is how it came back to me. I'm not thrilled with that. Maybe I'm being a little picky about that, I don't know. I was not crazy about that. A little frustrated. Thinking about sending this one to SGC also. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, now this one, I'm frustrated about it, but I guess I can kind of understand it. So this is one of the rip cards for my rip card set. If you watch my previous videos, I sent in all 40 cards from my rip card set, and this card was ripped, and they didn't charge me for this. The back of it is ripped. I sent it like that. I just wanted a copy slabbed in like an authentic holder, just so it would match the rest of my set. PSA did not slab it. And my understanding, I went and read the rules kind of like after the fact a little bit closer, and it sounds like they won't grade ripped cards. And so I'll eat part of that, and I didn't get charged for it anyway, so that's fine. So at least I gave it a shot. Have you run into this at all? Have any of you run into this at all, I should say, with any types of cards, that they won't grade something that's ripped? You know, I'm not sure. That at least, it's frustrating because I would have liked to have it in a, even if it was like a authentic altered slab or something like that. I did find online that SGC grades ripped rip cards. I at least saw a baseball example. And so I'm thinking about sending that to SGC also. Noticing a theme here. This next and final card, I am like incredibly frustrated with. And I know there's just really nothing I can do about it. I'm not sending back this back to PSA. I'm really ticked off about this card, actually. I'm super frustrated. I'm also not super thrilled with the response that I got from my group subber, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not happy with this at all, because this is a perfectly fine copy of a rip card that goes along with my set. Again, this one's ripped on the back. I get that, okay. This one's not. It is not ripped on the back. It is just like all of the other cards that you're gonna see in my next video. If you watch my next video, I'm gonna show you the set that I got slabbed. Oh, those cards are really sweet. This is one of the really sweet cards. They just decided for some random reason that, oh, we're not gonna grade that one. It says nothing. It says no holder, do not holder. I am so ticked off about this particular card. There is no reason for them not to grade this. And if there was a reason, there is zero transparency whatsoever. Like it's a secret. Why did they not grade this card? I would like to know. Any thoughts? And I apologize. I'm so frustrated with this card. My counter was, hey, you know, would they slab this in an authentic slab? And I guess not. Why? I have no idea. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in cards. PSA not being willing to slab this card. PSA, I know you're probably not going to watch this video, but if you happen to, I'd like to have a reason. I don't think I should have to pay for a super premium service to get a reason as to why you won't grade one of my cards. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I spent about $1,000 on this order and no detail. So I'm just left here to just wonder what's wrong with this card. Nothing. There is nothing wrong with this card. So super frustrating with that. I am not sending this back to PSA. And you know, I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna sub with PSA again. I'm not gonna be that guy necessarily, but I'm not gonna be sending anything for a while. I'm super frustrated with that situation. And again, I wasn't really super happy with the way, with the responses I got regarding that card and the ripped copy. The ripped copy, I guess that's okay, but this particular card, not happy with the response and the lack of response and lack of transparency directly from PSA. I didn't contact them directly. I went through a group subber, but I'm just really not happy with that whatsoever. So thanks for listening to my rant. Stay tuned because I'm going to actually create the next video here now showing the big wins from this submission because overall it was a great one. Appreciate it. Thanks.